Discovery's Gold Rush dives into the world of gold miner Parker Schnabel as he makes a bold move, investing in a brand new $1 million wash plant. This state-of-the-art machinery promises to revolutionize Parker's operation, but will it be a game changer or a dangerous disaster? Join us as we witness the challenges and triumphs of deploying this untested technology. Will Parker unearth a fortune, or will his $1 million gamble leave him washed up? Stay tuned as we delve into Parker's purchase of a new wash plant. The high-stakes world of gold mining is explored by Parker and his team in Parker's new wash plant at Dominion's Money Pit. More particularly, the film focuses on Parker Schnabel's operation at Dominion's Money Pit. The crew's efforts to install and commission a brand new high-powered wash plant serve as the primary focus of the story. This is a substantial improvement over their reliable but aging wash plant, Big Red, which has been in use for quite some time. Processing more soil in a shorter amount of time is a vital component in the ever-dwindling season, and this new addition promises to significantly boost gold recovery by processing more dirt in a shorter amount of time. In the beginning, there is a distinct sense of anticipation among the team members as they begin to destroy Big Red, which is a tribute to their previous achievements. The arrival of the huge new wash plant marks the beginning of a new phase in their journey through the mining industry. A huge leak occurs during the first test run, which brings their initial joy to a halt and serves as a harsh reminder of the harsh realities of the situation. There is a surge of water coming from the facility, which has the ability to erode the material that is surrounding it, and might put the entire operation in jeopardy. Parker, a seasoned miner with steel nerves, immediately takes action towards the situation. His sharp eye soon discovers a possible cause of the leak, which is either a fitting that is not properly secured or a hose clamp that has ruptured on a water line. During the frantic efforts of the team to conduct a more thorough investigation, the culprit is identified as the spray bar hose, which, due to its insufficient length, results in a pressurized geyser effect. After making a rapid and decisive decision, Parker turns off the spray bar, which essentially puts an end to the situation that was occurring at the moment. Especially in the harsh and fast-paced world of gold mining, this initial setback serves as a stark reminder of the unanticipated problems that can beset even the most precisely planned endeavors. This is especially true in the absence of any kind of forgiveness. The fact that time and resources are valuable is brought to light by this, highlighting the significance of adaptation and rapid thinking in a sector. In spite of the initial setback, Parker's unflinching optimism is evident throughout the situation. Despite the fact that he is aware of the unavoidable learning curve that is associated with any new system, he continues to have unwavering faith in the greater capabilities of the new wash plant. An additional degree of urgency has been added to the issue as a result of the pressure applied to maximize gold recovery throughout the remaining season. Each and every ounce of gold that is extracted is crucial, and the newly constructed wash plant is an essential instrument in the process of accomplishing this goal. They are able to greatly boost their production before the end of the season by processing the dirt at a faster rate than they normally would. An additional obstacle presents itself to the crew as they get further into the process of commissioning, and that is a malfunctioning hose clamp that causes a water line to rupture. This serves as a demonstration of the complex network of components that are contained within the washing plant, where a single point of failure has the potential to render the entire operation inoperable. Problem-solving abilities of the group are put to use once more in this scenario. They make a speedy diagnosis of the problem and promptly turn off the bypass valve, thereby confining the leak before it can develop into a significant obstacle. It is possible to successfully commission the new washing plant if these first obstacles are overcome and overcome them successfully. After what seems like an eternity, the crew finally gets to see the plant in action, processing dirt and marking a critical milestone in their operation. They are quickly overcome with a feeling of accomplishment, which is a striking contrast to the original irritation they felt. Parker, who is known for his pragmatic nature, expresses his contentment with the capabilities of the newly constructed washing plant. Despite the fact that he is aware of the fact that additional tweaks and fine-tuning are required, it is clear that he is confident in the capabilities of the facility. Dominion's Money Pit is the location of their gold mining operation, and he believes that this new addition has the potential to be a game changer for the operation. The unparalleled power of the brand new washing plant, a giant in comparison to Big Red. The new wash plant is a massive facility. On account of its enormous size and greater processing power, the trommel screen has the potential to greatly increase the amount of dirt that can be processed. When it comes to the process of recovering gold, this enormous revolving cylinder is an essential component. As the processed soil is fed into the trommel, the gold, which has a higher density than the lighter elements, separates from the lighter materials and falls through specific apertures, eventually arriving at the gold collection system. The crew's enthusiasm for the new wash facility was shared by all of them. It is recognized by them that it has the potential to discover additional gold, which might result in a season that is possibly more rewarding for all parties concerned. In conclusion, Parker's new wash plant provides an enthralling look into the world of high-stakes gold mining on a global scale. It demonstrates both the difficulties and the successes that are associated with having to integrate new technologies in an environment that is demanding. Parker's financial situation becomes increasingly precarious as he fails to achieve his objectives, since he has only collected a meager 400 ounces of gold, which is equivalent to approximately $800,000. His principal wash facility, which is the engine of his firm, is currently sitting idle, which makes the situation even worse. The first scene of the documentary is a tense one that is packed with tension. Known for his willingness to take risks, Parker meets with foreman Mitch Blaschke at the Dominion Creek claim, which is a $15 million wager on a potentially lucrative new location. There has been a lack of excitement on the initial progress, and the pressure to locate gold has increased. They make a daring move by coming up with answers that are not traditional. The utilization of a network of ditches to send water runoff from stored material directly into the wash plant is one example of such an approach. Parker's willingness to think creatively and unconventionally in the face of challenges is highlighted by the unconventional strategy that he takes. At Parker's known mining site, the Money Pit, the crew has been painstakingly removing overburden, which has resulted in the discovery of 24 acres of frozen pay dirt. Additionally, as part of their efforts, they are constructing a network of ditches that are intended to redirect meltwater from the material that is thwarting. A small amount of thawed pay dirt that is tucked away in these ditches shines like a beacon of hope, despite the fact that it appears to be of little consequence. It is possible that in order to restart manufacturing and generate some much-needed revenue, this valuable mineral is the key that unlocks the door. Parker is so intent on making the most of this chance that he takes a vital decision. He decides to start a secondary wash facility, which he gives the apt name Lucifer's Twin. It is at this time in the story when the narrative takes a significant turn. Materials from Dominion Creek will be processed via a wash plant for the very first time. This is a crucial step that will be taken in order to fully realize the potential of this new claim. The scene that depicts the first truckload of pay dirt entering the wash facility is filled with excitement and expectation with its electric atmosphere. A confirmation of the presence of gold inside the Dominion Creek material is something that everyone concerned is anxious to see, and they are all eager to witness the results. Following that, the video makes a brief divergence to the Unforgiven cut, which is yet another of Parker's mining endeavors. Despite the fact that the staff is able to effectively extract the remaining gold from this area, the yield is not even close to meeting the expectations that were set. The initial goal that Parker had set for the Unforgiven cut was to achieve at least 500 ounces, but the final count only comes in at a meager 48.95 ounces, which further adds to the entire financial hardship that is being experienced. In the midst of the anxiety that has been building up at the Money Pit, the team experiences a surge of relaxation. Surprisingly, 132.5 ounces of gold may be extracted from the material that was processed from the ditch system. The amount is significantly higher than what Parker had initially estimated, which provides a big financial gain as well as a much-needed boost to morale. There is reason to be optimistic about the future of the Dominion Creek claim with regard to the success that was achieved with the ditch material. Despite the fact that there are still enormous obstacles to overcome, this preliminary win illustrates the promise of the new location. Parker even considers the possibility of giving the washing plant the name Bob at a more humorous moment, which serves as a reminder that even in the thick of the pressure, there is opportunity for a little bit of humor. The trip that Parker took in the gold mining industry is a powerful demonstration of the inherent risks and rewards that are connected with this job. It demonstrates Parker's unyielding drive, his capacity to adjust to unanticipated circumstances, and his readiness to take risks for which he has carefully considered the consequences. The viewer is left with a sense of curiosity, wondering whether this first success from the ditches would convert into a greater gold haul at Dominion Creek, which will eventually determine whether or not Parker's multi-million-dollar investment was successful. Ditch mining is an unconventional method that involves using ditches to collect and channel water runoff that contains loose gold particles. The book, The Logistics of Ditch Mining, highlights this unorthodox method. Even though it is a dangerous strategy, this approach may be a viable alternative when dealing with a small amount of thawed pay dirt. Having a backup wash plant is extremely important, and the presence of Lucifer's twin brings this point home. Despite the fact that the major wash plant is undergoing maintenance or repairs, this secondary system is able to continue output. A subtle portrayal of the emotional toll that is linked with gold mining is presented in the documentary. Financial pressure, the unpredictability of yields, and the ongoing competition against time are all factors that contribute to the situation. Parker Schnabel, who is in the process of constructing a new custom wash plant in order to improve the amount of gold that he produces at his Dominion Creek claim. The brand new wash plant is intended to process 25% more material than Big Red, which is Parker's largest operation at the moment. The potential for this to bring in an additional $1 million worth of gold during this season is significant. It is Parker's goal that the new plant will be put together by the end of this week. It is necessary for Parker to shut down Big Red in order to make advantage of the new washing plant. Although there is a degree of danger associated with the utilization of the novel and untested plant, Parker concludes that the possible payoff is worth the risk. Upon completion of the new plant's construction, Parker gave it the name Rock Sand. Although it has some difficulties in the beginning, Rock Sand eventually begins to function well. During the first 2 days of operation, Rock Sand pulls in 25% more gold than Big Red did. During the beginning of the season, Parker's objective was to extract 5,000 ounces of gold. That objective has already been accomplished by Parker as a result of Big Red's outstanding performance. For the current season, the new and more ambitious objective is to mine 7,000 ounces of gold. This would bring in $14 million, which would almost bring the cost of Parker's claim on Dominion Creek to a close. As we look deeper into the obstacles and strategic maneuvering that Parker Schnabel is involved in, we come to the conclusion that Parker has made a deal for a wash plant. The episode depicts a multifaceted tale that goes beyond the primary storyline of owning a wash plant through its many different aspects. Specifically, it focuses light on the vital role that resourcefulness, strategic planning, and effective communication play in attaining success inside the high-pressure environment of gold mining. This provides a subtle indication of the more widespread difficulties that Parker is up against, despite the fact that the delay at the wash plant serves as the primary narrative point. Parker, a young entrepreneur operating in a sector that is notoriously cutthroat, is tasked with the burden of providing results for his investors and staff. There is an additional element of complication added to the story by the potential financial implications that could result from a mining season that is disrupted. This not only focuses on these concerns in a direct manner, but it also highlights Parker's proactive approach to securing the wash plant as a demonstration of his strategic planning and risk management abilities. Parker is able to protect his business's financial well-being by minimizing the possibility of major production losses by the identification and implementation of a solution, which is the lease of Wayne's wash plant. A further essential component of operating a large-scale mining operation is shown by the debate that takes place between Parker and Mitch. This component is the distribution of resources and the management of crews. The crew's creativity and capacity to adapt to changing circumstances are highlighted by the revelation that they were able to harvest more than 575 ounces of gold while Parker was absent. As a result of the delay at the wash plant, it is possible to deduce that the crew may have modified their mining tactics or utilized alternate processing processes in order to keep production going. This highlights the value of these individuals as adaptive and skilled individuals who are able to think on their feet and adjust to different difficulties. Mitch's reassurance to Parker on the effectiveness of the Alaskan crew underscores the significance of effective communication and trust among the members of the team. Because Parker is confident in his ability to delegate oversight, he is able to concentrate on increasing the amount of gold produced at his mine location in California. This demonstrates his capacity to efficiently manage various tasks and prioritize availability of resources. One of the most important aspects of gold mining is collaboration, which is demonstrated through the depiction of the negotiation that took place between Parker and Wayne. Despite the fact that each party has their own objectives, they are both aware of the possible advantages that come with working together. While Parker is looking for a solution to the problem he is having with his wash plant, Wayne is looking for a way to make money off of his unused machinery. A strong emphasis is placed on the capacity to communicate effectively and to locate areas of agreement in the negotiation environment. Parker emphasizes the value that he can provide to Wayne's wash facility by means of his experienced workforce, while Wayne acknowledges the possibility of generating cash and offsetting the costs of storage. A win-win situation is one in which both sides benefit from their collaboration, and their successful agreement is an example of such a transaction. It is possible for even the most precisely planned operation to be derailed by unforeseen conditions, such as unexpected geological formations, equipment breakdowns, and unexpected delays. A classic illustration of this is the delay that occurred at the wash plant, which was a seemingly insignificant setback that had the potential to have huge implications. Parker's creativity in the face of difficulties is demonstrated by the fact that he was able to obtain the wash plant through a lease arrangement and think of a solution that took advantage of unconventional thinking. In a similar vein, the crew's ability to keep up their production, despite the delay at the wash plant, is evidence of their adaptability and willingness to respond to different circumstances. The exploration of Parker's search for a wash plant is the central emphasis of the story. Nevertheless, it also provides peeks into other fascinating areas of contemporary gold mining. The event provides a subtle illustration of the significant function that logistics plays in large-scale mining operations. When it comes to keeping a production plan that runs well, the prompt delivery of equipment is absolutely necessary. The delay that occurred at the wash plant serves as a reminder of the possible interruptions that can arise as a result of unanticipated issues in the realm of logistics. Despite the fact that the film does not specifically dig into this topic, technology is also a crucial factor in the modern gold mining industry. In order to recover gold in an effective manner, the utilization of wash plants itself is a manifestation of the dependence on technological improvements. To add insult to injury, the fact that Parker is able to speak and negotiate with Wayne, maybe through remote methods, exemplifies the role that technology plays in promoting communication and collaboration within the sector. Providing a riveting look into the complex world of gold mining, Gold Rush, Parker Makes a Deal for a Wash Plant is a captivating look into the world of gold mining. It goes beyond the excitement of discovery and demonstrates the strategic planning, resourcefulness, and collaboration that are necessary for success in this challenging career. In this episode, Parker is portrayed as a young entrepreneur who is able to overcome obstacles, demonstrates versatility, and is eager to investigate other solutions. In order to provide significant insights into the challenges of leading a large organization, the film emphasizes the significance of resource allocation, effective team management, and strategic negotiation. Parker's monster wash plant. Roxanne makes $120,000 a day. Can you believe that? Let's dive into the high-pressure world of gold mining, following Parker Schnabel's quest to maximize gold recovery at his Yukon Territory claim. This focuses on Roxanne, Parker's brand-new high-capacity wash facility, and its path from initial difficulties to successful gold production with the help of the show's main character. At the beginning of the story, Parker reveals Roxanne, which causes a surge of upbeat emotions. Roxanne is being developed with the intention of being a considerable increase from his previous workhorse, Big Red, and she promises to have higher processing skills. Nevertheless, the first week of operation places a significant obstacle in the way of the plans. There are a number of difficulties that the crew must overcome, such as inefficiencies in the processing of pay dirt and water leaks that are quite frustrating. The initial exhilaration is dampened as a result of these disappointments, which brought to light the possible problems that might arise when introducing new technologies in a demanding context, such as gold mining. One of the crew members, Mitch, takes the initiative to remedy the problem. After carefully observing Roxanne's operation, he detects a possible offender, the large spray bars. He does this with a keen eye. These bars, in his opinion, are allowing material to overflow, which is a factor that is hurting overall efficiency. The attachment of flared nozzles to the spray bars is the solution that he has offered. This hypothesis proposes that these nozzles will distribute the water more evenly, which will enable a more effective washing of the pay dirt while simultaneously reducing the amount of water used, which is an essential factor to take into consideration in any mining operation. Parker, recognizing the value of Mitch's suggestion, gives the crew permission to be responsible for making the necessary improvements. The picture then shifts to the workers doing their work carefully in order to put the suggested adjustments into effect. Regarding the question of whether or not these modifications will solve the initial issues, there is a feeling of optimism that permeates the atmosphere. A nice turn of events occurs in the video as a result of the changes being successful. It would appear that the problem with the overflow has been resolved, and Roxanne is displaying signs of increased efficiency. This preliminary success story highlights the significance of having a team that is both skilled and observant, capable of identifying issues and coming up with creative solutions to problem-solving situations. A riveting analogy is then introduced into the story at this point. Roxanne's performance is being compared to Big Red's gold production, which has been shown to be a reliable benchmark. Despite the fact that Big Red routinely averaged more over 370 ounces of gold per week, Roxanne's performance is significantly better than what was anticipated. Roxanne is able to generate an astounding 723.85 ounces of gold in a single week, which is the largest haul of the season so far. This is despite the fact that she had to take some time off during the first week for adjustments. A value that is greater than $1.4 million can be derived from this sum. It is clear that Roxanne has a lot of promise, as evidenced by this astonishing outcome. It provides evidence that Parker's decision to invest in a new washing plant was correct and brings to light the possible benefits that can be gained from taking prudent risks and advancing technological capabilities. The audience is left wanting to see if the new wash plant can maintain its outstanding productivity and propel Parker towards a record-breaking season. The video finishes with Parker expressing his optimism about Roxanne's future performance, leaving the audience eager to see what happens. The complexity of running a wash plant with a high capacity is more easily understood as a result of this. In order to maximize gold recovery, it is essential to take into consideration a variety of factors, including water flow, spray bar layout, and the efficiency of material processing. It emphasizes the significance of working together as a team in the gold mining industry. Effective collaboration is vital for overcoming problems and attaining optimal results. This is evidenced by Mitch's perceptive assessment as well as the crew's rapid implementation of the improvements. The film makes a passing reference to the tremendous financial demands that are connected with the mining industry, despite the fact that the primary focus is on the technical aspects of mining. Miners are faced with a challenging financial environment due to the high investment prices of equipment like Roxanne, which, when combined with the constant requirement to reach production targets, create even more pressure. In summary, Parker's monster wash plant Roxanne, which generates a daily income of $120,000, provides an enthralling look into the world of high-stakes gold mining. Parker's strategic vision, his ability to welcome innovation, and the significance of having a staff that is both skilled and adaptive are all highlighted by this experience. The audience is left on the edge of their seats, eager to find out whether or not Parker is able to accomplish his final objective for the season, as Roxanne continues to rack up gold hauls that break records. Parker and Mitch, gold miners, buy a wash plant from Wayne. The wash plant that Parker and Mitch ordered is not going to be delivered until the latter part of the season, so they are looking for another one to purchase. The wash plant that Wayne, a local miner, owns is the destination of their journey. It hasn't been exposed to a lot of dirt, but Wayne's wash plant is a shaker deck that operates at 150 yards per hour. Additionally, Wayne is open to the possibility of leasing out the wash plant, despite the fact that he does not intend to use it personally this year. The wash plant is something that Parker and Mitch are considering renting for a period of 6 weeks. During the course of their negotiations with Wayne, They eventually come to an agreement on a lease price that is comparable to the amount that they spent for a wash plant the previous year, $25,000 per month. This is a terrific deal, according to Parker, because Wayne's wash plant hasn't been used very often, and they have the ability to make some changes to it. Parker and Mitch make their way back to Alaska in order to conduct an inspection of their mining activities. They are overjoyed to become aware of the fact that Tyson, whom they have delegated the responsibility to, was able to surpass their target of 450 ounces for the week. A further piece of information that they discovered was that, throughout that week, they were able to extract gold worth more than $1 million. Parker ultimately makes the decision to concentrate his attention on Alaska for the remainder of the season as a result of this achievement. During the course of a $1 million investment, the film Gold Rush, Parker makes a deal for a wash plant, goes into the high-pressure business of gold mining. The story follows Parker Schnabel as he endeavors to overcome an unforeseen equipment hurdle. Parker's strategic strategy to assure the timely acquisition of the wash plant is the focal point of the story, which revolves on a crucial piece of machinery known as the wash plant by Parker. There is a plot twist that causes Parker's carefully set plans to be thrown off. The wash plant is responsible for the effective processing of gold-bearing material, which is essential to the overall success of his mining operation. It is unfortunate that the wash plant that he ordered is experiencing a substantial delay, and the delivery of the wash plant has been pushed out to the very end of the mining season. This unanticipated problem poses a significant risk to Parker's production, as well as the overall amount of gold that he will produce during the season. There are two potential solutions that are presented in the story to bridge this wash plant gap. Renting a wash plant is the first choice, which is a decision that is readily available but less attractive than other options. Parker is looking to avoid renting because it comes with a lot of added upkeep responsibilities and substantial costs. In an ideal scenario, he would like to have a solution that is more permanent and can be easily incorporated into his existing processes. Into the picture comes Wayne, a well-known figure in the gold mining world who presents himself as a possible giver of a solution. During the present season, Wayne is in possession of a wash plant that has been reconditioned but is not being used. Parker approaches Wayne with an offer, which is to lease the wash plant for the duration of the season. Knowing that this would be a mutually beneficial chance for collaboration, Parker approaches Wayne with this proposition. Following this, the scene shifts to a negotiation, which emphasizes the significance of reaching a compromise that benefits both parties. The importance that Parker places on Wayne's wash plant is emphasized by Parker. He is confident that his competent crew, who are well known for their competence in mechanical matters, will be able to further optimize the performance of the wash plant and extract even more gold from the material that is being processed. Wayne, on the other hand, has expressed his desire to have his wash plant actively create cash during the season, as opposed to sitting inactive and amassing storage costs through the season. As Parker and Wayne come to an agreement on the amount of the lease, the film depicts a successful discussion that took place between them. This win-win situation is beneficial to both parties involved. Parker is able to get the essential wash plant that he needs, which guarantees that his mining operation will proceed without interruption. By maximizing the use of his wash plant during the season, Wayne is able to reap the benefits of a lucrative lease deal. When Parker and Mitch, another important member of the team, return to their mining site in Alaska, they have a talk that highlights their recent accomplishments. This conversation takes place after they had secured the wash plant. During Parker's departure, the crew persevered and managed to extract a substantial amount of gold, which exceeded 575 ounces and had a value that was greater than $1 million. This was accomplished despite the delay that occurred at the wash plant. The crew's dedication, adaptability, and capacity to maintain productivity, even in the face of unforeseen problems, are all highlighted by this remarkable accomplishment. As they rejoice in their achievement, Parker and Mitch are aware of the importance of preserving their momentum in order to meet the lofty objectives they have set for themselves for the upcoming season. During this portion of the conversation, the topic of resource allocation is brought up, and Parker expresses his consideration of spending more time supervising operations at his mining company in Alaska. Mitch, on the other hand, gives him the assurance that the staff in the current location is working effectively and maintaining complete command of the situation. The trust and effective communication that exists within Parker's team is demonstrated by this exchange, which enables him to confidently concentrate on increasing the amount of work that they produce in California. The video provides peeks into other fascinating facets of Parker's mining operation. One of these aspects is that it sheds light on the significant role that logistics plays in large-scale mining operations. When equipment delivery is delayed for reasons that were not anticipated, it can drastically affect production schedules. It is clear that strategic planning and adaptation are essential in order to successfully navigate issues of this nature, as demonstrated by Parker's ability to recognize an alternate solution, which was the lease for the wash plant. The importance of working together within the gold mining business is brought to light. Well, there you have it. So, did Parker's million-dollar gamble pay off? Did the new wash plant unlock a torrent of gold? Or did it leave him feeling washed up? To find out if Parker's gamble panned out, or if he needs to go back to the drawing board, click on the next video now.